Welcome back. Well, it's going to be a wet pattern as we move forward in the days ahead, so get used to plenty of cloud cover, on and off rain chances. It lasts through the weekend into next week, and then maybe by the end of next week, things will be improving. We'll get to that in just a bit. First off, though, let's take a look at the water vapor imagery here and put it in motion. We have that weakness, that weak upper level low across Texas and high pressure off to the north and east of us, and the two are combining to shuttle deep tropical moisture in the Gulf of Mexico our way, and with the atmosphere a little bit more unstable and the lack of high pressure aloft locally, that means a good chance of tropical showers and thunderstorms, and they can happen in morning hours, afternoon hours, or both, and sometimes those rains last into the nighttime hours where you have high humidity and sprinkly misty drizzles, that type of pattern. That's what we have moving forward, but we do need the rain, and that is certainly good news. After a very dry August, we're going to make up for it for the last few days of August, and as we head into the first week of September as well. You can see the activity pretty much scattered in nature across the region, but today pretty good coverage across Acadiana. This is over the last 2 hours. You see how the showers and storms have been moving across the region. Heaviest action across western portions of Acadiana right now as we get into the extreme southwestern and western portion of Allen Parish into southeastern Beauregard Parish. That's the heaviest storm right now with some gusty winds. Elsewhere, it's just moderate rains across all of Jeff Davis Parish and into Acadia Parish as well, and the rains lighten up as you get farther to the east. Got a good-looking thunderstorm here north and east of Turkey Creek. This is just going to go just north of you in the extreme northern portions of Evangeline Parish, and you see the rains around Bunkie and moving into the LeCounte area as we get into Rapides Parish and then points off to the north. And then farther to the south, Lafayette, things are quieting down, but still sprinkly light rains, especially from the city on southwestward as we get down toward Maurice and then over toward Scott and Doosan. So here's the infrared satellite imagery. You can see just a lot of showers and storms. Nothing organized in the Gulf, nothing expected to be organized in the Gulf, but you always have to watch storms persisting out here. It does help to cool off the waters a little bit, but not significantly. So we still have plenty of energy for the tropics going through September, likely into all of October as well. Right now, though, all the action's been across the central and eastern Pacific. Got 3 tropical storms out here, and when it's busy in the eastern Pacific, it's usually quiet, at least in the western Atlantic, and that's what we have been seeing. Most of the storms that we have out in the Atlantic in the Gulf of Mexico, and the Storm Prediction Center watching some storms, a little bit of a tropical wave here. Another good-looking tropical wave coming off the African coastline, but pretty far south by the equator, so that we'll have to wait until it gets a little bit farther northward. And this tropical wave, roughly about a 20% chance of development over the next 7 days. This weak system probably not going to do anything that's out in the open ocean and south, and should miss Bermuda as well. So weather-wise here locally, we'll look at quieter conditions overnight tonight. We'll be in the mid to upper 70s, high humidity, and then tomorrow scattered showers and storms building northward as the day progresses. Activity will continue through the late afternoon, then tones down in the evening. And then we reset and do it again on Friday. The HRRR model really going for some pretty hefty storms as we head into Friday. Heavy downpours, maybe the threat of some localized street flooding, and we see that in the rain totals here. Just some areas may pick up a ½ inch or an inch, especially northern portions of Acadiana, but there'll be other spots that catch several inches of rain. These numbers may be too high. We'll see what the run looks like tonight, and then you get offshore out into the Gulf of Mexico. Boy, they're looking at some very heavy rains that could be in the 5 to 10 inch range as you get along the immediate coast of Cameron and then southeast Texas. So a wet pattern, and we got more of it on the way as we move forward. So mid-70s overnight tonight. Things should quiet down later on. We'll keep rain chance 60% early, but we'll drop that to 20 to 30% later on. And then tomorrow it starts off relatively quiet, but showers and storms rolling in during the course of the afternoon and evening hours. Some locally heavy downpours as well. So that's going to be the story as we move forward. And those rain chances 80 to 90% Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday as well. Hopefully we can tone it down a little bit for Labor Day, but rain chances staying with us through much of the 10-day forecast, although drier, more sedate conditions expected 8 to 9 days down the road. That's it for weather for now. We're going to have more coming up a little bit later on.